actually go to on stream. We'll lift up our drinks.
Boys, Diet Dr. Pepper has 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 sugar.
100% aspartame.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I'm gonna die. Listen, man, all the drugs and alcohol I do, I'm gonna die before that.
Honestly,
anyway,
it doesn't matter, right? So the least of your worries.
The thing about it, though, is it fits into my macros. So
there you go.
You want to record now so we can get all this banter?
I know, I'm trying, man. I'm fucking up. There's too much pressure here.
Oh my god.
Play some stream.
All right.
This isn't the Joe Rogan experience. Like, let's go.
All right. Let's do it.
I'm waiting on someone's count.
Charlie.
Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
We do it on go. What's up, everybody? Overachievers Podcast coming at you with me, Dami, and Ashley Pastrami.
Me, Vash, at... Oh, I totally fucked that up. Me, me, Charlie, at Vash. And we have a special guest today.
Oh, am I supposed to introduce myself? I think normally the host introduces the guest, but my name is Nerd Like Mike.
And that's at Nerd Like Mike on Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube channels. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at OverachieversP or overachievers.podcast on
Podcast.
Podcast.
Did you suddenly come from Boston?
A little Boston there. A little Boston accent.
Mike, what's up, man? Really glad to have you on. Thank you for coming through, dude.
Yeah, man. It's nice to meet you, Dom. Like, I don't think we've ever spoken before, which is odd enough if you and Vash are so close.
I used to live with him, dude. Well, he was the first person I lived with in New York.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's actually great. He's never around. Neither of us were, so it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. We were both kind of crazy, just doing film work and film life, and just never home. So it worked out. I'm like the perfect roommate of all time.
Well, the greatest thing was Charlie was Bitcoin mining at the time, so he's like, "I'll cover electricity."
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, sick! You got electricity? No doubt. I'm gonna go buck wild."
Yeah. Everyone knows about his Bitcoin experience.
Oh hell yeah! If you follow him on any social media, you heard about it at one point. It's like a goddamn vegan. How do you know he's a fucking Bitcoin miner? He'll tell you.
If you ask me, he's definitely one hell of a Moisty member.
The Moisty members. Oh man, is that what you're officially calling them now?
Yeah, the Moisty members of the Nerd Herd, since they change. I don't know if you know about this, Dom, but if you know anything about like the YouTube streaming, I guess scene, they recently it's the same as Twitch, where Twitch you can subscribe to someone for like $5 a month, but YouTube has kind of the same mechanic in place where you used to be able to sponsor a channel for $5 a month.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going too far into this, but they recently changed it to membership. So now you join.
I saw that.
The channel.
That. Yeah.
So it's been replaced by memberships, and I've replaced my becoming a sponsor of the Nerd Herd to becoming a Moisty member of the Nerd.
Is that how you're wording it? That's hilarious.
Well, I blame Vash, honestly.
Yeah, it came originally from me axing Mike a question in Fortnite. So,
are you making fun of him or me there? Because I say axe.
Inside jokes, really
hilarious.
Yeah,
we get so many inside fucking jokes here. Usually I'm the inside joke here, but you're moving on my turf, Mike. I love it.
Yeah. But anyway, so like there was a place we like to land in Fortnite called Moisty Mire. And,
right.
Rip Moisty Mire. Maybe like press F in the chat for Moisty Mire, dude.
F in the chat for Moisty Mire. So my thing would be like, hey, let's get moist because we're jumping Moisty Mire, and then something. I don't know where it came from. Essentially became Mike's Moisty Member Mondays or something like that because we used to play on Mondays together.
Dude, this is hilarious.
Yeah, it used to be a thing.
It used to be a thing. Now it's just only like if you knew about it. I still have the get moist emote in my chat. I think I'll never get rid of it.
That's sick.
It'll always be there. So, but yeah.
Mike,
did you tweet the stream or did you boot it up at all?
I did boot it up. I don't know if it went out. Let me just double check it real quick.
Did you not do the second one?
I might not have done the second.
Yeah,
one.
because I composed a retweet just for you, dude.
He's the worst. Don't mind him.
Man,
on Charlie's behalf.
You guys talk about something. I'm gonna tweet at some peeps.
You know, let's talk about this, Mike. Let's get a little backstory. Tell us about yourself, buddy.
I am 32 years old. I've been gaming all my life. Very first video game that I could remember is Super Mario Brothers 2. on the original NES. Somehow I was too young. I was too young enough to remember, but I don't remember how we ended up getting the game. We had always had the regular NES, but with the first Mario, which I never even touched, right? Because Duck Hunt, like I think our blaster was broken.
Of course,
So
everyone's blaster was broken.
yeah,
It was
you know,
insane.
I could never play it. And the first game I really enjoyed was Super Mario Brothers 2, and I just woke up one morning, went downstairs, and it was just there.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea where it came from.
Mystical powers, dude.
Booted
They
it
know.
up, man. I fell in love with this game as like I don't know, I was maybe 7 or 8, you know,
Hell yeah.
back then. But yeah, that's where it kind of all started. Then you know, going over to family members' houses, my cousin Andrew, Rob, we were both heavy into video games, like too young to be staying up until like 6 in the morning playing
Oh,
these
for sure.
the original Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. If we want to move on, I went to school for audio engineering, got my certificate there at Algonquin College here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. What else is there to share? Moved on to produce electronic music actually shortly after that because I couldn't find a job in radio or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do
you stream full time? Are you?
No, I'm heavy part time.
Yeah.
Like I work for a telecommunications company here in Canada. I'm a desktop publisher for them, so I create and maintain software for them. But nice. I'm what you would call like contracted. So
sure,
I under promise and over deliver type thing that gives me time to do what I want to do, meaning game and stream. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where I'm here now. So it's like a heavy part-time gig. I've taken a little bit of a break recently because there's nothing. I don't know. Fortnite's kind of taken over at this day and age, and it's something I'm not particularly feeling at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely hit or miss sometimes. Like I hop on every now and then just to like keep myself fresh and whatnot, but it's I don't know. I feel like if you don't play it every single day, all day long for like 10 hours a day, like you're just not going to have fun with it, in my opinion. And we got some real time feedback. Someone said, "What's electronic music?"
If you want to know what electronic music is, I would. Well, okay, so electronic music is like it branches off, and there's like a huge tree of different genres and stuff like that you can really put into that type of music. I'm personally a fan of dark techno. I used to be a really big fan of like a lot of good progressive house, like kind of like what you would have heard the old Deadmau5 produce.
Sure.
Stuff like that, Adam K and Soha. I love those guys. I've actually met Adam K. He lives in Toronto. I flew out to Mexico, Tijuana with him to do a show, and the show was it was terrible. The show was terrible. Like no one showed up, but they paid us anyway. And
Charlie, how do you know all these Canada dudes?
How do I know all these Canadians?
Mike, is it okay if I call you Mike?
Yeah.
Mike, we had on before Upshaw, and he's also a Canada dude. I see a trend here, Charlie.
Yeah, I actually met Vash through Upshaw.
Oh, no, awesome. We knew each other through FFC. We were all FFC.
But yeah, well, that's the thing. Upshaw, like back when Upshaw was doing Twitch, I discovered him on Twitch within Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that was the.
And then he's the one that asked me to join FFC.
That's funny.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah. Small world, eh?
Was FSC like a heavy Canada clan? Were you like the lone American, Charlie?
No, it was mainly Americans actually.
Oh,
yeah. There was a lot of guys up here in the Northeast and whatnot. Like our clan leader Butcher was, he's in Massachusetts and whatnot. And there's actually a few guys here in New York. I work with a few of them. One guy, Trek, he's also in the film industry. That's how I got into FFC. It's how I know all these guys.
Oh, funny.
We were shooting vinyl, and I was like just getting back into Destiny, and Trek's like, "Hey, you should like play Destiny with myself and my clan. We'd kind of do end game content." I'm like, "Oh, this would be fun," and that's how like I was like, "Oh, well, I'll play with these guys," and then we kind of like formed a little bit of a clique a little bit, and
Okay.
kind of branched off. And then there was a lot of FFC drama. Like there's like some people getting kicked from the clan, a lot of name calling
Oh,
going on,
always. It'll
and
happen.
it
It's
kind
possible.
of fell off the wayside. And
Yeah.
then Destiny kind of didn't really do anything, and then Division came out, and like everyone who was like friends in the clan like went off to the Division, and we just kind of like just stayed in touch or whatever all throughout the whole thing. So it's
That's
interesting of a
crazy. That
backstory,
should
but
always happen,
that's
doesn't
kind of
it?
like how we all just got together originally, and then here we are.
Mike, that's how me and Charlie met. I worked on Charlie. What was Dead TV like? Your third or second feature
It was like my fifth or sixth
at that point? Really?
at that point. Yeah, Zombie Killers was my 10th feature. No, so it would have been my eighth feature then. Yeah, because Zombie Killers was my 10th feature.
So Charlie shot this phenomenally beautiful looking but bad movie,
Terrible horror movie.
Dead TV, and I was a production assistant on it, which is the lowest of the low, like getting coffees and doing trash and cooking food. And I heard Charlie one day talking about Guild Wars 2, and I was like, "This is my in. This is it." I was like, "Hey, dude, I play that game too." And then boom, I was in the camera department, and a year later, I was living with him in New York. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
All it
Dom,
takes.
Love
Dom's
at
like,
first sight.
yeah, he's like, I'm thinking about moving to New York. What do you think? And at that time, my roommate Chris was thinking of moving in with his girlfriend, his now wife, and I was like, Dom, you can take Chris's room. It's fine.
Perfect. I moved to New York with $20 in my pocket. I didn't tell them, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Most people in New York has that same origin story.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? Like, and I still have not went to New York. I've never been.
Really?
You're so
Yeah.
close. You should definitely go.
I know. I should go, and we should maybe meet up, grab a hot dog or something.
Yeah.
Slice of pizza. You gotta get
Yeah,
pizza
yeah.
going.
You gotta get the one of those Brooklyn slices.
Yeah.
Some za.
Was it Ray's Pizza or not Ray's Pizza? I don't remember which one's the good stuff anymore.
Hey, Mallory, what's that really good pizza joint in Queens? Corrado's.
There we go.
Corrado's. I like that.
Is our new fucking joint, dude. Corrado. So, okay, to diverge for a second, I've always been a what's the place called? Tony's Number 2 in Brooklyn. That was my favorite pizza joint. Hole in the wall in Brooklyn, in Bushwick. There's a new place down there. Well, not new, but it's new to me because I just moved to this neighborhood called Corrado's. I swear to God, Mallory surprised me the other night, my girlfriend, with 2 grandma slices. I fucking melted. Oh my God. I like died. I'm like getting the sweats just thinking
That
about
good,
it.
huh?
Is that
Oh
is
my
that what
God.
I commented on back on Instagram? Was that time
Yes.
where like she surprised you, like get you a girl who surprises you with pizza?
It's true. Get you a girl.
Way
who
to go,
surprises you with
Mallory.
pizza.
Way to go. Bonus points.
Mallory bonus. She'll hear it.
Make sure she gets in on that ASMR too.
Yeah.
We'll get on it later.
So, Mike, why did you originally start streaming? Like, why did you want to get into streaming and putting your content out there?
Well, originally I was just a viewer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought about streaming. Like I used to watch streamers back when I was like really hard into Battlefield 4, but I was always like an offline player, just a casual. I started watching streams on Twitch. I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. Like it wasn't even that long ago. And when Star Wars Battlefront came out, I was looking at ways to advance my skill gap and stuff like that. And I ended up like finding like people like Yummy Gaming. He is still actually a kind of a streamer on Twitch. I haven't really seen him in a while though, but anyways, a handful of streamers, and I eventually started looking for like fellow Canadian streamers, people that I can maybe relate with and stuff like that, to get more of an engaging, response from like as a member of the chat. And I eventually found Upshell, and he was streaming pretty much every day. He was, struggling to pay bills and stuff like that. Because he was in school, and then he ended up moving out at one point, and he was solely relying on like when he had first moved to YouTube. I think he was like solely relying on like YouTube income and stuff like that, sponsorships and donations.
Yeah.
And I used to help him out. And that's when I joined FFC.
Well,
And
I didn't realize that he was FFC before, or he was streaming before he went FFC. I thought he was in FFC and then streaming. I didn't realize they were one
I
than the other.
think he was in FFC the whole time. I just never had heard about
Ah.
it. Yeah, I just didn't know about it. Yeah, and then when he moved to YouTube, I started doing like I was under the alias of Mike Envy because that was my stage name when I was producing electronic music. And I used to upload like offline gameplay, like walkthroughs, like part
Yeah.
1, part 2, part 3 of a game type stuff, like all the way until the end. And
You still do a little bit of that now, right? I think.
not really actually. I've been meaning to get back into it, but there hasn't really been any games that have really caught my eye where I want to play through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I
do
mean?
kind of like a let's play of sorts, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, there's a lot of options coming out. That's for
Oh,
sure.
I know,
You have
man,
your
and
fair share.
I guess we can get into that later, but yeah, and Upshell used to, I would be talking to Upshell like off stream and stuff. I'm like, man, like I just want to maybe I should stream, like I don't know, man. I don't know how interactive I would be and like fun I would be on like a live interaction type thing. Like I enjoy these offline walkthroughs. He used to push me to stream, and eventually I just started doing it.
I kind of believe that's like how it goes. Like I always said, there's no point for me to stream. Like other people are doing it. Like they're already settled. Like why would I even bother coming in? And my clan, big shout out Outdoor Cats. They were just like, just do it, man. Like all of us here are streaming. No one watches it, but who cares? We're just doing it. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I did it, and like here we are. Like, like I started in May. We're at Twitch affiliate. Got like a little sponsor. Like got a cool setup going. I don't know. It's like pretty easy. Not easy, but it's easy to get in a flow. That's what I should say.
Yeah.
Like if you commit to it, it's easy to get a flow going. And I'm just happy that it was something I could do and put my mind into it. I don't know.
I just remember it being so like awkward at first.
Oh, for sure.
Just feeling awkward, and like even after that awkward tension wears off, like there's always points where you're like trying to end off the stream, and ending off the stream and saying goodbye just felt awkward every time. You know what I mean?
Peace out.
Learning
peeps,
how
I'm
to-
done.
Yeah. I remember one time I just had a terrible exit, and Dylan Upshell, he just laughed at me, dude. He's like, that was the worst stream that I've ever heard. Like
Learning how to talk to yourself is hilarious. Like learning how to just like, oh, I'm going to this room now. Just doing that shit, or like reading back comments. It's all just a funny part of the flow. And
it is.
Yeah.
Krissa says that you're still
wanna,
awkward, Mike.
Who said that?
Krissa. She's like, Mike is still awkward.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I am still awkward though, but like I'm comfortable with how awkward I am. Like that's
you
part
gotta
of
be
me.
comfortable. Yeah, that's all
That's
that
what I mean.
matters.
Like
That's
I'll say things live on stream, and I'm like, why did I say that? And I'll say, why did I say that on stream? Like I shouldn't have said that.
That's the beauty of it, though, dude. Like, sure, there are a lot of people who like put an act on, and they're like being a character, but there's like peeps who are just being themselves, and that's what's awesome. We're like watching the human condition play a video game, Whereas watching a dude or a gal like play a video game, be themselves, and that's what's beautiful about that shit.
Exactly.
I'm just a loud Italian that's super greasy, but people seem to like it.
You seem legit. We could probably grab a beer or something.
Oh hell yeah,
Dom's a character, man. Oh, Dom is one of my favorite people in the world.
I appreciate you, dog.
Of course.
Thank
Why
you so
I
much.
wouldn't ask you to do this if
You guys want me to leave the Discord, or
Yeah, please, Mike.
No, you can watch it. You can sit here and
you
watch.
can watch? Okay.
Yeah, actually, I want you to watch. Just
I
get
can
real close.
watch.
No, man, that's the thing is like, you could be a quiet person streaming, you could be loud and streaming, you could be funny, you could be serious, whatever, like as long as you're doing what you like to do, like that's all that matters.
Yeah. And anyways, like back when Fortnite first came out, I ended up rebranding my channel because I didn't like want I don't know, I kind of wanted to separate it from the whole like audio engineering music portion of my life.
Yeah.
Because once I had my daughter, I kind of had to give that up because it's like really tough to be in the nightlife scene and like have a kid.
I'm sure.
Unless you have tons of money to help you out,
Yeah.
well, there's like services and all that. But yeah, now I ended up thinking about like a brand, and I wanted to make a staple eventually. So I thought of Nerd Like Mike, and here we are.
That's awesome, dude.
And you've built quite the community around that too. Like you have I see in your Discord channels like people doing like not talking shit, but like everyone has a good time in your channel. Like whenever you go live, like every time I pop in, you always have like something going on, like people like talking to each other and all that kind of stuff, which is what I find is interesting because you're essentially creating like a community within a community of YouTube. So, and
Yeah.
not a lot of people have that. You
Yeah.
interact well with like everyone who comes in and
Yeah,
says
like
hi.
we accept all the awkward people that have, social anxiety and like, don't have any like cuz there's more people out there. Like there's a lot of people out there like that. More
Yeah.
than we probably know about.
Oh, for sure.
That have, those social issues and aren't able to like properly communicate and stuff like that. Like myself, right? Um
I'm the same
but
way.
yeah, and I think part of that is because the internet can be so toxic, you know?
Dude, so toxic.
And that's something I want nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and the reason why I've taken a break from Fortnite for so long and why I've kind of like stepped away from it for a little bit is because that community itself is just like a toxic larva of children. It's really bad. So I don't know. I'm taking a few steps back. I'll come back to it,
Dude,
I've
once we
already,
gave kids the ability to be anonymous and talk shit, everything went downhill.
that's what I mean. I'm not a big fan. Like I'm an older guy, like I'm 32. I don't have the patience for it, I don't think.
100%. I come from a fighting background, and so like whenever anyone's mean to me, I'm like, I could just come on,
I
man.
just want to physically
just hit
throw
you.
punch you.
I could just
Yeah.
I know I could beat you up. Just leave me
Yeah.
alone. Just go away. Don't call me like names. Leave me alone. I don't know. Because I
No,
never
it's-
talk shit in the internet because it's like, what's the point? I don't know.
I don't have the energy, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy. I don't have the mindset because I don't like being a negative person, and it's just the way I am now. I used to not care.
So you said if you're taking a step back from Fortnite, then what are the things that you're focusing on? Are you doing more? I saw you've been playing No Man's Sky. Is there
Oh,
anything that you're like trying to go for? Are you doing more of single player things like low key, chill session, interactive multiplayer stuff, or
so since I started playing No Man's Sky, I've streamed maybe a handful of times. That game has really stepped up a notch. It's 2 years a little too late, but I'm enjoying it with like a couple buddies of mine, and I'll probably end up like I've taken quite a while of a break from Fortnite. Like it's been like 2 weeks now, So
Which is crazy. That's like in Fortnite life, I feel like that is like a year almost.
dude, it's like a couple years, man. I'm telling you, like, and I feel great not playing that game.
Oh, that's
But
awesome. That's so cool to hear.
when I see my buddies play though, I'm like, oh, I want to play with you, dude. Like when I'm like watching like Wesley games or Proxer plays, which are two really good Fortnite players that I have, and I'm not gonna downplay at all. I have the luxury to play with. Like this is a luxury, and I feel humbled to be able to play with these guys. But like watching them play, I'm like, yo, let's get some games in tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's cool playing with people like that. Like when we had Upshaw in here, he like followed me on Instagram. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then he posted like a thing on Instagram about how he was like in this 500,000 tournament or 500,000 winning tournament with like ninja homeless dudes. I was like, oh, look, he follows me. That's cool as shit. Like it's cool to be able to like know like people,
the big players.
Yeah, the big players, exactly. Like one time, like True Vanguard is my favorite Destiny 2 PvP player. Like he is by far the best person in Destiny 2 PvP, and that's like not saying it lightly. And one time, like someone on Twitter asked, like, "Oh, who got you into streaming? Like, what big streamer got you wanting to stream?" And I was like, "Oh, I tagged True Vanguard, and he liked it." And I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." It's like stupid, but like it was so cool. It was a cool moment.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's like having your like little person whom you look up to be like, yeah, man, keep going, keep doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, like this weekend or not this weekend. Wait, let me restate that because this is supposed to be like 2 weeks later. I previously was at a bachelor party and me and my buddy Reed both took a picture wearing Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirts, and I tagged him like 30 times on Instagram hoping he'd like it. I didn't get the like though. But you know what? I imagine Stone Cold.
You gotta
Steve
try,
Austin,
man.
He's not the type of guy that probably sits around Instagram. He's probably cracking some Steve Weisers at Broken Skull Ranch, just like, throwing some stunners at cows or something. I don't know.
Oh, that cracks me up. That reminds me of the time that like Chris and I were back when you were straight edge. Like we were trying to find a way to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to come to set or something like that, and they're like,
It was
essentially put on a fake.
$3,000. That's all it took. It was
Yeah.
taking $3,000 to get him to show up at my birthday. That was the plan.
That's what it was. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the event was, but we were gonna do that to make you drink. And like you said, like if Stone Cold Steve Austin shows
easily.
up, I'll break
Easily
edge
done it.
to do it.
Easy win. For those that don't know, straight edge is this stupid thing in the hardcore. Not stupid. That's dumb of me to say. It is this thing in the hardcore and punk community where you just don't drink and do drugs and stuff. I broke edge. I'm a huge sellout. I have to get my tattoos removed. No big deal. But I would have in a heartbeat drinking it. I would have cracked a beer with Stone Cold Steve Austin if he showed up for my birthday. Are you fucking joking me? God damn it.
Yeah.
I would have stunned every single goddamn person in that bar too. As I'm getting a southern accent just saying this sentence more and more. Like, do you hear me? Like, you know, fucking. I just want to. Can we cue up the Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance music? Is that possible?
Oh my god.
Oh my, maybe I can try to find a way to do that. I have to figure out a way to like
do
have
That like brings me back, man, when like WCW was still a thing and Goldberg and
Hell yeah, man.
when Steve Austin, like when they merged and it was
the
like
merging
Steve Austin
of
and Goldberg
WWE
were like
and WCW
rivals.
was awesome. Oh my
yeah.
god.
That's when wrestling was good, man. I was hard into that back when I was a little guy.
What's funny is the WWE worldwide headquarters is down the street from my house.
Oh, it's right in Connecticut, dude. I almost applied for a job as fucking producer or video producer for.
They still have
for real.
job offerings all the time. I see it and I'm like,
I'm not gonna go to Connecticut though.
I'm like, I could.
You can do it.
I don't know. I keep seeing it and I'm like, do I really want to like? I haven't even applied because like it's like, do I really want to work for WWE? I have zero interest.
Fuck yeah, man. Let me tell you what. All right, let's back up a second.
Hey man, if the numbers are right, pays right.
Yeah, I guess.
Wrestling rules, man. The only injury.
Honestly, I think you'd be lowering your standards for something like that.
Standard
camera work is
go from Emmy nominated shows to WWE.
Yeah, the camera work's not exactly amazing.
Dude, what is the longest running goddamn thing on TV besides like soap operas? Fucking wrestling, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So Emmy nominations,
job security for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Then again, NBC Sports is here. NBC Universal is here. There's a bunch of stuff up here. Oh yeah, they're up here. Yeah, the Maury show, Jerry Springer.
Oh, Maury, yeah.
In Stanford, bro.
Shit, man, you're set. This is the long con. You thought you were moving to the suburbs to get away, but
is the Jerry Springer show still a thing? Is that still going on?
It's still on.
Dude.
Yes, it is.
No,
100%. I walk past that building all the time. Yes, it is.
It has to be. It has to be.
My mind is blown, dude.
You are
the
not
days
the
I would stay home from school, man, watching that with my mom, just rerun after rerun. Oh my god,
that's so funny, dude. That's perfect. Yeah, Jerry Springer was a staple in the Galliano household.
I just remember episodes of just being 30 minutes of just a single beep, you know?
My favorite was like when it's like a KKK white father with like the black woman and it's like, wait, isn't this aren't you like not supposed to like this? And then that shit was always the best. Oh my god. It was obviously like some of the worst scripting ever, but who cares? It was drama. It was so good.
That was
real drama.
Straight up 90s entertainment, man.
100%. And
that
MTV.
Was 90s what reality television was back then, honestly.
God.
And it's not going anywhere, apparently. Everybody still loves that shit.
He'll die. He'll die and then we'll go somewhere.
He's got to be looking old, man. I gotta look him up after we're done
here.
He
looking good.
See what he's looking like these days.
Do some real time follow up right now. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I want to get back real quick. Outside of wrestling and Jerry Springer. Tell me about No Man's Sky, dude.
Yeah, hey man, this is what a podcast is about, right?
I'm cool with it. That's why I love this shit because it's fluid. But I'm really interested. So I remember when No Man's Sky first came out, I was excited to play it because did you guys play the game Spore by any chance?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Spore, where you grew as pretty much like a piece of bacteria.
Yes.
From a piece of bacteria.
That game ended up being the biggest disappointment ever. I was hyped for that game, and I kind of thought that's what No Man's Sky was going to be, but like not be, but
it was.
What? Yeah.
It was, dude.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I didn't pick up No Man's Sky because I gave it a minute because I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same thing. Like you're exploring planets, you're gonna do all this cool stuff, and then I remember hearing that tragic tale of what the hell that No Man's Sky was. But now though, I see people playing it. You're playing it. Like, what's up? Talk about it. Is it cool? Like,
I think it was July 24th. They came out with this huge update called and they added a name. They gave it a name. It was called No Man's Sky Next. It's like version 1.50, and everyone was losing their minds. People, because it's still like oddly enough, it still had like somewhat of a small following, regardless of the
Oh yeah,
terrible, terrible stature it had. You know what I mean? And like everyone, so I guess it just kind of blew up based on word of mouth from the small crowd that it still maintained. And I checked it out because I had already owned it on PlayStation, and now I'm like strictly like PC. And I ended up rebuying it for PC because it was on sale, and I checked it out, and dude, it is like overwhelming. There's so much you can do. They had promised. It's pretty much everything they had promised on launch, like the whole multiplayer aspect, being able to run into people that are also playing that happen to be on the same server, base building, what else? Like planet crafts where you can roam the planet on crafts and stuff like that, and more. So that's where it's at now, and people are finally playing it and checking it out and seeing what this is all about, and they just continuously start adding all these things to it that no one, like exotic ships, which I found one last night and I have it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like super accomplished. Yeah, well, I'm feeling super accomplished about it. Yeah, it's not what Fortnite is right now,
Right.
but
It's
if
the
you're
opposite.
into
It's cool.
Literally the opposite. Yeah, it's
absolutely,
it's crazy when a studio or a game is like, yo, we're gonna do all this crazy shit. It doesn't happen, and then it happens like years later. Like The Division is a good example of this too. Like The Division was a pretty fun game. I enjoyed The Division a lot, but after like months of grinding and having multiple builds, you can mute that when you pop that open, you son of a bitch. I saw that face you made. You popped it and you're like, oh, should I have muted this? Like you looked around like
I tried muting my mic before. It just
what a shithead, man.
Sorry, you gotta pop a natty bell.
Like, dude, I don't know if either you. I know Charlie, you played The Division. I don't know if you did, Mike, but like The Division.
Yeah, I was heavily disappointed.
Right, exactly. It. But dude, like in the last about 6 months ago, they came with a new update, and the whole game was overhauled, and it's like new shit, new fucking weapons, new builds, new extra.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, man.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? I didn't know about that. It's like the small crowd that it maintains. Once they get the word of mouth out, that's how the updated crowd comes into play.
It's crazy though.
It's sad though.
Yeah.
It's sad that it works like that.
It's definitely sad that happens. It's sad that it takes like years of a game getting shit on, and then a studio being like, all right, let's dump some money, let's change this shit for it to like get better. But it's like I can only imagine how fucking difficult it is making a game this day and age. In this day and age, we have like 30 outlets that are just ready to write a bad article about your game or like say what's wrong with it, like get on the negative hype train. Like at one point, I definitely do want to have an episode on toxicity, but we can go into it a little bit here. But toxicity, I think, isn't just the shithead little 13-year-old calling you like, fucking bigoted remarks. It's also like every outlet that's just ready to write a fucking dissertation level like thesis paper on like what's wrong with your game or like what is missing
from these credible outlets like IGN, Polygon, stuff like that.
And like, don't get me wrong, they all do great work. They have like I go to them every fucking day, but it's easy to get clicks when you write, oh, Destiny 2 fucked up again. You know what I mean? Like I get
it's easier to get clicks, oddly enough.
Yes. Well, yeah, people want to feel that their opinion is validated, and it's easy to have a negative opinion. It's harder to have a positive opinion. It takes work to feel good about things. It's so much easier to be like, oh yeah, that gun sucked, this game sucks, like whatever, like. And it's like I can only imagine making a game that I just spent like 2 years making, and it's like I fixed all the bugs from the previous game. I made a more balanced PvP. Like I'm giving you the fucking Destiny 2 right now. They like.
Is that what's happening with Destiny 2 right now?
Well, so when Destiny 2 came out, they're like, all right, guys, we made chaotic. We made weapons easier to get. We made farming a little easier. Blah blah blah. And everyone's like, "What the fuck? This is garbage. I'm done now already." And it's like, "Wait, I'm sorry. We were just listening to you guys." So now Destiny 2 is again, not again, but they're doing the same thing Destiny 1 did. A year after launch, we're coming out with this giant expansion where the whole game's being changed. So in 2 weeks, September 4th, the Forsaken DLC drops, and it's
Right.
a game overhauling experience. Just like how every other game now.
See, I feel like there's a difference between. Well, I don't feel there's a difference. There's a big difference between, like, before your game launches, saying what the game is going to be, and what you're going to be able to do, aka No Man's Sky, and legit just lying to your clients, right?
Yeah.
And the Division, not really going into it too far. Showing. I was a little like I'm more upset at No Man's Sky than I would be at Division,
Sure.
because there was no empty promises. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure, what they showed at E3 was, like, graphically is always okay. They did that with Rainbow Six Siege too.
They'll always do that. Every game will always do that.
Why?
Do you remember? Do you
Trying
guys
to
remember?
sell
It
it.
was
No. Honestly, look, I just want to finish my point, Dom.
Yeah.
I'll let you go right after. But
for sure.
think about yourself as a customer. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
When you buy something, you want that experience, right? That's the product you're buying. That's what you're looking to do. Of course, people are going to be super pissed off when they buy Division, No Man's Sky, Rainbow Six Siege, to find out that it's nothing like what you saw at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Or on a commercial. Like, it's like you're I don't even know, that's your money that you work for.
Yeah.
Of course, as a consumer, you're going to be pissed
For sure.
right off the bat.
I think there's definitely two instances that, like you mentioned, there is, like, when the studio is lying, like when they're just not, where they're saying there's going to be things and they're not there, and then when a studio publishes a game that is different, like a sequel. It's always a sequel that does this. Like Halo's had this curse every single time. Every time a Halo comes out, the previous one was always better, and when that one came out, it was garbage, though. And I feel like sequels get it hit the most because people are coming off of this hard hype from the previous game, and they're coming to the new one, and the studio is just trying to fix what's wrong with it, and then it ends up being not what people want. And a great example of a fucking studio just lying again was, like, I don't know if you guys played. I know you did, Charlie. Star Wars: The Old Republic. They told us when you were subscribed that you'd be getting monthly content updates every single month, new shit, new strikes, new raids, new everything. Never happened.
No,
I quit
Really?
paying after that in like 4 months. I was like, I'm not paying for this game. Absurd.
Yeah,
And that is 100%.
Was that like a monthly, like it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
subscription
Yeah, it was
based?
$50 a
MMO.
month, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was monthly subscription MMO.
I
And
feel
they-
like, for some reason, I feel like that would be like, I would be less angry for a
Really?
monthly subscription based game, depending on how many hours I put into it, though.
Oh,
And how much money.
I put so much time.
I'm
and
like
money in that
afraid.
game.
So much time in that game, dude. Oh my god, I got in so much trouble. I was younger when that game came out, and I would just, like, show up to work late, like a little asshole kid that I was.
Oh yeah,
'cause
bags
I
under
was-
your eyes.
Dude, oh my god, yeah. I was mad because I was that kid that was scrounging his money up at the pizzeria to pay for monthly game and not getting anything new ever. You know what I mean? And that, like, I get that 100%. We should be upset in that manner, but, like, I think that sometimes it definitely does go a little too far. I would say so, but
I feel like No Man's Sky is like a prime example of what you should not ever do as a studio.
yeah,
I'm honestly surprised they've held the status they still have right now, where people are actually coming back to it. I'm honestly surprised. I was skeptical. I only came back to it because my cousin Andrew, that I play with a lot now, like, he mentioned it. He pushed me to it. Otherwise
awesome,
I would
bro.
not have even touched it. Games like Division and Rainbow Six Siege, they're so much fun regardless. So it's easier for me to go back to games like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of those are
playability.
just like pick up and play, no matter where you've gone.
But when you're missing core mechanics of
yeah.
what would make the game fun,
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. Like I'll always pick up a MOBA and play a MOBA like League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm or Paladins
Yeah.
because, like, I know what I'm getting into. So you can just go and play.
Right.
And, like,
have you played Realm recently?
Not since the new patch. I haven't played in like 2 weeks.
I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks either.
But I'm waiting for it to come out on PS4 on console before I kind of get back into it. So, because I want to play it there because my mouse and keyboard skills are not the greatest whatsoever. So I need I need the help of the auto aim essentially.
I mean, I'm the same with like dungeon crawlers. Anytime a Diablo comes out, even you don't have to give me. I play Diablo 3 still to this day. That game's been out forever now. It was garbage at launch, but like I don't give a shit. I'll always play it. You know what I mean?
Diablo 3. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh, hell
Diablo
yeah,
3 is still
dude.
fun. Dom and I played a couple weeks back.
That's
It was
way
fun.
back.
Dude, so much fun. I don't know if you have it on PC, dude, but you're some fresh gear.
I wasn't really big into games like that. I was more like, if you want to talk about my gaming career, like as like counter, like when I got my first job, man, I financed. My mom never, like, my mother was a single mom. She never really had a lot of money.
Mhm.
When I got my first job, as soon as I was like, I was finished high school, took a year off to figure out what I wanted to do, which actually worked out for the best. But I was working at a movie theater, and as soon as I got that first job and my first credit card from, it was a mistake, but I at least I had a little bit of credit. I financed my first computer from Dell, and I was playing Counter-Strike 1.6.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
In the Cal League, dude.
Hell yeah.
CAL. Never made it to Cal I, but I was in Cal P at one point. And I moved from that to Day of Defeat, which was a World War II version of the Half-Life environment.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and that got me into like really, like just really driving through FPS games.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're drawn more towards the FPS style or a third person rather than kind of like
100%
or anything like that?
Yeah, 100%. I enjoy third person here and there. But I love first person. Like I just actually pre-ordered Battlefield 5 like right before we started.
Nice. Well, we can hop in together because I have that and Call of Duty also pre-ordered. So
for PC though?
No, PS4.
Yeah, see, I sold my PS4.
Oh, you did?
I didn't tell you that.
My guy.
And it's nothing against like console players or anything like that, but it was honestly collecting dust. Like I love playing on my Alienware ultra wide 120 hertz G-Sync monitor. It's not the same experience on console. I'm more of an immersive player, but the fact that I have a monitor where I can like immersively play competitively, I'm not going to give that up.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
And I was actually getting to your point of being, you say you're a terrible keyboard and mouse player. I'm seasoned, so it's like a little bit different. So I just enjoy the experience a little bit more.
Well, it's kind of the same because I grew up playing RPGs. Like I never had my own console. I just played my brother's. So like my older brother always had like Nintendos, and I was really big into like Legend of Zelda on N64. But when I got older and my parents got a computer for my parents had a pizzeria. They got a computer for like the business. And of course I threw Condition Zero on it and like it ran so
Condition Zero, that was so good when it first came out.
Dude,
you're giving me goosebumps, man.
Was one of the best games I ever played. I would still play Condition Zero if the servers were up, which I really doubt the servers are up these days. It's probably just all CS:GO.
It was like a nice bulked up version of Counter-Strike, man. It was so good, Vash.
And like when I couldn't play it, we would go to Games 3 on Main Street in Stratford, where you paid $5. You got an hour of play on any of their computers and just like waste days playing Condition Zero.
Let me tell you guys a story. Such an illegal story.
Ooh, I love illegal stories. I'm Italian.
I had this friend. He was actually one of my best friends in high school. His name was John. I don't even know what he's doing nowadays, but he turned his life around in the wrong way. Let's just say that. But he worked at a LAN center, all right? And like as a cooperative education you had to do in high school, to gain like a certain amount of credits. He was working at a LAN center, and before Half-Life 2 came out, they had already gotten keys for Steam to download Half-Life 2 a month before it came out. Dude, so he stole a bunch of keys from his LAN center.
Yo.
And we were booting up like Counter-Strike Source Half-Life 2, we beat the game in like, 12 hours, stayed up late overnight. It was sunny outside. We kept going.
Oh my
Counter-Strike
God.
Source, Day of Defeat Source, all of the developer servers, all of these devs and game testers are in these servers, dude.
They're like,
Probably,
who
he
are
probably
these
got in
kids?
serious trouble.
He got fired. Like,
Oh, he got found out.
oh yeah, immediately. But I was a little shit back then, like I didn't care.
Hell
He
yeah.
didn't care. But
That's
he was
hilarious.
actually living with me at the time because his family was having issues, and yeah, we just dug through that whole Half-Life, that new Valve engine that they came out with. Man, was great at the time. It was so iconic at the time.
Oh my God, it still kind of is though, isn't it? Don't you think? Like,
It's a little dated.
I mean,
It
obviously
is,
it's
yeah.
dated. No, it's obviously dated, but I mean, I feel like it set the scene for so many things we have now. That engine in that game.
It's true. It did pioneer a whole lot of stuff. It made people. I think it might have like pioneered like or pushed Unreal and Epic.
Unreal
to be
Engine,
for sure.
engine. Yeah,
100%.
The fact that there's still Half-Life 3 memes floating around the internet is
The game will never come out.
never. No, God,
Half-Life
no.
3, that's one thing that I'd like to see before I hit the sand.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that game will ever come out
But
though. It would be
I-
good.
That's like, that feeling when you saw Interstellar for the first time,
Yeah.
how blown
100%.
away you were, and
Yeah.
like how like in love with the movie you were. That's how I was. That's the same feeling I had with Half-Life 2, playing that
believe it,
game for
man.
the first time.
I
Yeah.
believe it. That
They
game
just-
is
And
wild.
I want that again.
They just did so many good things with Half-Life 2. I mean, it was just, I don't know, when did that come out? Like
Dude,
early
story
2000s?
wise, like besides all the cool game shit, just the story was awesome. It was so cool. Like
Yeah,
it was
some good writing in that for sure.
amazing writing. It's amazing.
And the
that we-
music. Oh, the
Oh, yeah,
music
score was great. The score was so
I'll
good.
never forget it, man. And always being into music, like I'll never forget the score in that game.
Shit, I'm about to
Do you
replay
need,
that.
do you need a moment, Mike? Do you need to like take
Yeah.
a minute?
Should we leave now? Like, you
Yeah,
left
single-
us-
Single tear. Start crying.
Oh man.
I'm trying to think the last time I felt that in a game, like when I had that moment. Like, I don't even know.
I felt it briefly when I played Elite Dangerous for the first time.
I haven't
Yeah.
tried that game yet. I've heard good things.
Not familiar, yeah.
Because I had just gotten like my first ultra wide monitor, and I was like, I was still relatively like new to like I had come back to PC gaming. It's like, damn, this is like immersive as heck.
Yeah.
And smoking some green sometimes helps with the
Oh, for
immersion.
sure.
Yeah, I like
like that.
watching your streams too, Mike. I think I popped in like last week saying like the ultra wide because you tag it as like cinematic gameplay, and it is very cinematic. It's very like a 21:9 kind of like almost 238 or 239.
Does it stream out ultra wide?
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
he just
okay,
brings it down.
Yeah, so I stream it. What I like about this is like it'll print the black bars on both sides for like a regular viewer viewing at 16.9. Or Vash, when you were watching on 16.9. Was it letterboxed like
It was
completely?
letterboxed, yeah.
So bars on all
it's almost
sides.
anamorphic.
No, letterbox means it's top and bottom. Pillar box is on the side.
So what? Okay, so it was letterboxed for
Yeah,
16.9. So it was like you're watching like an IMAX movie with black bars. Okay. But if you were viewing with an ultra wide monitor, you'd get the full experience.
Right.
So it
Oh,
actually
really?
streams out at the proper resolution.
That's cool. I didn't realize it did that.
That's
I thought
awesome.
you just brought it in to OBS and did the letterboxing yourself. I didn't
No,
realize-
I scale the resolution. So I stream, like I scale it down to what is it? Like my monitor is 3440 by 1440,
Yeah.
and then I scale it down to 2580 by 1080, just because I can't I'm like 1080 Ti is great and all, but it can't handle the 3440 by 1440 encoding.
It can't.
No, not
No.
the encode. Not when you're playing
I
and
didn't-
encoding it.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
because I
yeah.
play and stream from the same PC, Dom.
Yeah, fair.
So it's a little harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always have problems with that. And I know, Dom, on the last episode, you said you were having issues with your stream. And I know I kind of gave you like a little quick tip to try out. Maybe you can explain it to Mike again. Maybe he can give you a hand. Because Mike, whenever I have issues with streaming or other stuff, I always text Mike and say, hey, what's up? Like, do you have any advice or thoughts or problem solving skill sets that you could help with?
Yeah, I mean, I stream from a laptop, which was already the first problem.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Well, no, honestly, it depends though. Like a quad core processor, as long as it's like fifth gen, you
yeah,
usually should be okay.
yeah. It's i7 Kaby Lake with a 1060, 6 gigs, 60 gigs RAM. It's all the bells and whistles of a laptop should be.
See, the 16 gigs that might bottleneck you too, streaming at 1080 60 anyway.
I dumbed it down to 720 just because I was having. But like I've been getting weird frame lags randomly, and fix when I just like delete my capture card in Streamlabs OBS and just add it back in. But it wasn't doing it, and Charlie suggested going to switch from. I had it set up that I was it encoding from GPU, and I switched over to software for the CPU.
Did that help?
Just
Well,
might not have.
So, but we
yeah,
got,
not
Well,
to,
that was my
another
suggestion.
thing you can try, and I know we're in a podcast maybe, but if anyone else is facing like streaming issues that are streaming from the same PC,
Yeah, 'cause I have that problem too because I'll have like
so if you're streaming at 720, make your base canvas resolution 1280 by 722. That actually reduces
really?
the load on a lot. Vash, you might want to try that too,
Shit.
because I was streaming at 3440 by 1440 as my base canvas,
Mhm.
and my output scaled was the downscaled version of 2580 by 1080. As
I
soon
didn't
as I
think about
switched it,
that.
as soon as I made my base canvas resolution the same, the load was out. Like it was less harder on my GPU.
Oh, interesting.
Dang, that makes
I
sense.
don't know why, but it really helped.
Well, it's
I'm
because
Because
not-
it's
I
doing
mean,
work,
scaling.
right?
Yeah, it's not doing any
Yeah.
more work for sure.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, the scaling portion is out the door, so
I didn't think
it'll.
about that. I thought I was doing myself a favor by outputting at a smaller resolution because I play my Xbox on a 4K monitor, go to my Elgato into my computer, and so the base canvas is 4K still, even though my computer is not 4K because my monitor is 4K. So I mean, I'm sure I could tweak around with that. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, like
that's the thing, there's so many
you're
things.
still playing at the resolution you want to play in,
Yeah,
but OBS just isn't scaling it anymore, which
Right.
reduces that load on your whatever it is, like your memory and GPU, CPU.
yeah. I've switched over from GPU to CPU, so I'm interested to see how that works out. And like I was saying to Charlie that like I feel like so much of whenever there's a problem that arises in OBS, like Streamlabs specifically, you just like delete something or close out of it, bring it back up. You're like seriously blowing in a cartridge of a SNES. Like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vash has messaged me for an issue that you had prior, Dom. I'm pretty sure Vash has messaged me, hey, my buddy is having this issue. If I
That's
go back
so
in my
funny.
iMessage log, I probably have something.
I think you actually did tell me you were gonna message your buddy about. That's so funny.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Mike's my tech guru that I go to.
Homies helping homies, dude.
I just
that's what
troubleshoot a lot. That's the only way I'm able to really know these things.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing about the streaming gig is that we have so much going on. I have a mixer, I have goddamn OBS happening, I have the game, I have like my Astro program. I have
mix
like
amp, yeah.
there's so many things happening that like one little kink anywhere is
It's
like
upsetting.
a snowball. Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like every time I load up Streamlabs, my goddamn audio is different. Like every time, somehow my mic is lower than my party. Like the game is now suddenly too high. Like how I didn't change anything from the last time. How is this different?
I know the feels, man.
That's how it goes.
I can tell you're frustrated just by thinking about it.
You should try OBS Classic, Dom. If you're having issues with
oh
Streamlabs.
right.
Wait, are you using Streamlabs OBS?
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Oh, stop.
I am. I know. I mean,
they say it's lighter on your CPU and like on your
It's
system
not
and all.
really.
It's not.
Yeah, I did it more
it's
so because I
very-
didn't know anything.
It looks very JavaScripty too, which is always a bad sign.
Yeah,
Yeah, I switched back to OBS Classic.
fair. You were using Streamlabs?
Oh yeah, I loved it at first.
Same. Yeah, same.
And you got the chat and all your notifications in one place. It's great. It was good.
OBS
It's great.
doesn't have that.
No.
So what do you do for chat and all that? Do you just go to your page?
I have actually a bookmark for my own page where I just
Fair.
pause my stream and or pop out the chat, but I usually don't pop out the chat because I like to see how many likes I have,
Yeah.
get like spikes going and stuff
Well,
like
like with
that.
Twitch, you have your live You have like your live your channel stats and everything. And I usually find that I'm not even looking at my Streamlabs OBS anymore. I usually have the Twitch stats page up with I have all my chat and I have all that shit going.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't even really need the Streamlabs format. I can just use like regular OBS without any of that shit and just go right in to the Twitch page.
So let me ask you guys something.
Ooh.
Who's your favorite streamer? Yeah.
Oh,
I want to know who your favorite streamers are.
See, well, it's not bad for me to say that, but Charlie might be stepping on some.
Okay, well, I'll give you a max of 2.
Oh, my favorite streamer is, like I mentioned before, True Vanguard. He's just in Destiny. He's just the best PvP player there is, hands down. He just has so much fun while he plays, and that's what I like about it. You know.
All right, Charlie.
Ooh, that's tough. Outside of
he's turning red.
Well, it's just strange because like outside of like our the streaming friends that we have, I don't know if there's anybody whom I follow specifically about like I follow people to support my friends whom I play games with. So that's pretty much it. So I don't know if there's anybody.
Such a good guy, isn't he?
He's
what a nerd,
guy.
Man. Get out of here.
It's just I don't know. I don't have anybody who like I don't like follow anything specifically. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a cop out answer, but like I just don't have any.
No.
If I had to probably pick somebody, it might be Ninja, maybe just because the dude's insane.
And you can learn from someone like that. Yeah, it's true.
But like he plays on PC with mouse and keyboard, and I just can't move like that. I just don't have the dexterity.
It's tough
to do that. Which is primarily why I like console, and also for me, like I like playing console because I have a 135-inch screen that's right there with 7.2.4 surround sound, and I like to be immersed. Like that's
all right, we get it, you fucking dork. Put your dick away.
Just slam it on the table.
It's literally right there. You know, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
So I mean, that's my immersion with console gaming. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I have a good PC and I can do that with, but I don't know. I'll get back to you on that though. I will find.
Oh, you're gonna think about it, okay?
I'm gonna think about it, but like, you know, I mean, it's I like to watch people whom I support. Or I support
all his friends are his favorite streamers.
That's an honest answer though. I've seen you, Vash, like the way you support our cliche clique, and if that's what you want to call it, but I've seen how you've made their lives, you've had an impact on their lives, like Upshall and stuff like that, dude. It's no joke.
That's what it's all about. It's all about, like, you know, I said before, homies helping homies. Like I wouldn't have gotten affiliate if all my friends didn't watch my stream every time I go live. Like I get random people in, which is cool, but it starts out with your friends, you know.
Always.
I also have like, I'm lucky in the sense that I have kind of a niche. I also do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so I'll get the random like jiu-jitsu nerds that are into games too that pop in like, yo, I found you on Instagram, this is so cool, like here's a sub, and I'm like, yeah, that's sick.
Yo,
dude,
that's cool.
That's how you build it, man. One step at a time, one person.
Well, I stream jiu-jitsu shit, and I only got the confidence to do that because this one black belt, one of the best American jiu-jitsu fighters in the world, Keenan Cornelius, he's a big video game nerd, and he sometimes streams video games, but he also streams fucking critiques of his past jiu-jitsu matches. So he'll be like streaming some big like match he had, and it's like, all right, pause here, and like he'll like see what we did here, and he's like live streaming this while he's going through it, and it's like a really cool thing. And I was like, I'm not gonna do like a critique of myself, but I'll just like live stream me doing jiu-jitsu, and like people watch it. It's not like it's not as much followers as when I play Destiny, but like I don't know, it's a different thing. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's a variety.
And Chris had just commented, it's about the friends and community. Yeah, it 100% is. 100% agree. Like, it's all about, you know.
Chris is part of our little group that we have in the Moisty members of the Nerd Nation.
It's hilarious. I went to.
She's a very supportive person.
She's a very moist member.
Oh yeah.
Mike, I went to your gram. I loved seeing. Where the fuck was it? Let me bring this back up. What is it? The herder of the. What the fuck did it say?
What do you thought?
The leader of this nerd herd. Like,
oh yeah,
the leader of the nerd herd. It's great. It's good. So Mike, is there anything coming up that you're really excited for, or like, are you happy with just chilling with No Man's Sky, or Like, I know you said that you pre-ordered Battlefield 5, or like, is that what you're looking forward to, or is there anything
Yeah,
else on the
I
horizon?
think I'm gonna grind Battlefield 5 pretty hard. Find the meta as soon as it comes out, and just rock it on YouTube, man. I'm gonna do my best. You know, like I'm just under 4,000 subs, I think, which is a good starting point for a game like that.
Mhm.
Because that way I'll I'll have the initial traction of the current community and hopefully see some new faces pretty quick, especially with the school year coming in. Because I know a lot of people lurk while they're at
In between
work,
classes and whatnot.
either or
Yeah,
in between
it's easy to
classes and
do
stuff
that.
like that.
It's so easy to do that.
Now, why did you pick YouTube over like Twitch or any other streaming service?
Okay, so YouTube at the start, so it's in a different place right now, but YouTube at the start was okay. I originally started streaming on Twitch here and there, but it's like so. I kind of got like a really bad, like sour taste in my mouth about that platform, just because it's like really saturated. Like it's a can of sardines of streamers, like just jam packed with streamers, and the only way to get noticed is to get more viewers. You know, if you're sitting, like if you go onto Twitch, the only way to find someone that you don't really know is to scroll all the way down. If you've seen their like like if you click on a game that you particularly enjoy,
Mhm.
if you want to talk to a smaller community, you really have to scroll all the way down. And then there's the view bot issue that Twitch always has had.
Dude, the bots.
Ugh.
Fuck me.
See, YouTube's algorithm, it actually picks that up, and they don't allow it. Like your channel will, if you ever attempt that, your channel will just become invisible to the eye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been finding
I
that.
guess it's more organic with YouTube. It's everything like, or as people call it in the advertising, it's like organic views as opposed to like tactical views or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or whatever that.
When we had Upshaw on here, he was making a similar point, and like, I think I might slowly start moving over to YouTube and doing, because the nice thing about YouTube is you could also do content. You could like put up
Exactly.
videos like, whatever. Check out my 13 kill streak. Like, yeah, you can make clips and shit in Twitch, but no one's gonna watch that. Like, no one's gonna search for that in Twitch. It's gonna be searched for in YouTube.
Yeah, you can't really search a clip very well, and like the search function on Twitch is not up to par in what it could be, I guess.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think I
always do
might start
both,
slowly
Dom.
migrating.
Yeah, I've thought about doing both, but I don't know. I don't really want to build a following on Twitch. I'd rather commit to like a single platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like someone like me who is like, I just got affiliate on Twitch, and like, it took me a minute to fucking build that. Like, should I stream both, or should I just say fuck it, Twitch out of here and go to YouTube? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I just went to Twitch
It's
first because it
so
was easy.
tough, man. Right now, it's so tough either way as a smaller streamer. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because now YouTube's just Fortnite clickbait, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
You know,
speaking of that too, like I've been trying to
if
work
I
on
if I
the.
if any of us would have started on YouTube before Fortnite came into the picture, we'd probably be in a better off place.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And
I believe
and also with that, like I've been trying to build up the overachievers, the social media too, like on Instagram and Twitter. There's so many like bot accounts of like
Oh my
get free
God.
Fortnite
Free Fortnite
V-Bucks and
V-Bucks.
like Fortnite memes. I'm just like I try to do all that stuff organically. Like I
Yep.
click hashtags, I see what people are doing, I see other streamers, I follow them, I comment, I like. It's exhausting. It's the
Dude,
worst
it
thing in
is.
the world.
It's like you need to hire someone to do it
social
for you.
media is, I don't know if I told you, Charlie, I met with a friend who, as a profession, she does social media like branding and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I met with her for lunch, and I was like, "What's up? Like, how do we make this better?" Because I have an okay following. I have like 1,300 followers on Instagram or whatever, and I'm trying to build that up. And she's like, "Oh yeah, so like when you do hashtags, I'm giving away industry secrets right here to everyone. When you do hashtags, are you going for the ones that like have 4 million people on it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. I'm doing like hashtag Twitch and shit." She's like, "Don't do that. Go for the ones that have like 50,000 followers on it, because those are the ones where you will have. If you have like 200 likes on a photo, you're going to get more recognition in a smaller hashtag grouping than you would in the one that has like 4 million people. Because Ninja's taken over that one, and all the people who are like Ninja, they're taking over those hashtags. So there's this whole crazy science behind social media branding that I didn't even think about. Like I just thought like, oh yeah, I'll spam like 30 hashtags in the photo and like I'll get a bunch of likes. Nah, son, it is there's way more like mathematics involved there and shit. It's fucking crazy.
It's tough out there, man.
It's a necessary evil.
But you hate it. I love it. I'm a ham on it.
I hate it. But, I think I've been doing okay. I've taken over. I've got us up to like 300 followers or something like that so far.
I've just been posting dumb shit. It's like me, like, my dumb face stuff. That's what I do well in. I'm just a ham. That's why you bring me on, the hype man,
It's all good. It reminds me I have to take the social media photo for this session. And when I post it in like 2 weeks, no flexing, no flexing.
There we go. Let's see those pipes. I have tickets to that gun show, dude.
You check out my wait, Charlie, even better. Wait.
No, do not take off your shirt. Do not take off your shirt.
No, let's put my medals on.
Oh my god.
You hear the clangs?
Oh,
it's not fitting. It's not
loud
fitting
and clear.
over.
This is the worst.
It's not fitting over my.
Yeah, it shouldn't fit over that big head of yours, dude. Pulling your medals down. Get out of here.
Oh, well, Mike, thanks so much for being on the podcast, man. I very much appreciate it.
Dude, Mike, appreciate you, man. Guys. Thank you so much.
So tell everybody where they can check you out.
At Nerd Like Mike on Twitter. If you want to keep in touch, I'm very active on there with my followers, actually. And youtube.com/Nerd Like Mike as well. Those are the main two hubs. I do post on Instagram as well at Nerd Like Mike. Not as often as I probably should. But yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys, for coming in and checking us out. This is episode 4 for Overachievers Podcast. You can check us out at Vash, at Ashy Pastrami, and at OverachieversP on Twitter, and overachievers.podcast on Instagram. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Catch you later, nerds.
Keep your mic rolling. Keep your thing rolling. Upshaw cut it last time, and I was like,
Upshaw cut it the second we said later.
We got to time it, right?
Oh, no. That's fine. Just we do like a little after show. Like, that's like a 5-minute thing. We just talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. So what's new? What's good? Anything different, change, or anything like that?
Honestly, man, I'm finding it really hard to stay motivated when it comes to like gaming and streaming and stuff like that.
I find it's like my attention span for gaming is really low. Like, I want to play, but like I have so many choices, and like I'm trying to, like, right now I'm playing I can't remember. It's how spacey I feel like it is. No, I'm playing Divinity Original Sin 2 because it just dropped on PS4.
He loves it. He loves it.
I don't even know what that is, but
it's a CRPG.
Okay.
Computer RPG, like top-down tactical RPG and whatnot. Just a lot.
Oh wow.
It's a lot of fun to it. It's not easy whatsoever. It's very much based on Dungeons and Dragons, which I think is
nerd.
I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever.
Mike, what do you think this like little lapse in like motivation has come from, dude? What are you feeling? What's going on?
Fortnite, bro.
Yeah, it's bumming you out.
I feel like Summit 1G. Do you guys know him?
I'm not familiar.
He was like Counter-Strike Pro. Anyways, he streams on Twitch now.
I know. Yeah, he played with who's the other guy who was really good at PUBG?
Doc. Like, he's played with Doc and like.
No, I was thinking of Shade. No, Shroud.
Shroud, yes. Doc and Shroud are freaking nuts, man. At PUBG, they're just lasering people all the time. But yeah, man, this whole Fortnite line, has saturated every social media platform and streaming platform out there.
Hard.
And now that it's made its way to YouTube with the ridiculous amounts of fucking clickbait.
Yeah, dude.
You can't, like, there are streamers streaming right now that aren't even like streaming their own fucking content, bro.
They're streaming other streamers?
Other streamers' content, like highlight clips, and like they're just live streaming this shit and pulling in hundreds and thousands of views, man.
Dude, get out of here.
Like live viewers, just saturating the shit out of YouTube as a streaming platform. And you know what's even worse is YouTube is doing absolutely fuck all about it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with Twitch and the bots, dude. Twitch is not doing anything. You know, they started the Twitch community sub giveaway, and it's like bots are getting this because it's a random person.
Oh yeah, the 100. Yeah, you can do 100 at a time, I think. Is that what it is?
I haven't done it yet. I'm like too afraid to do it because I have like 7 bots on my
right
list. It's like it's a little expensive to try
Yeah,
'cause they say if you
that's
ban them,
$500.
yeah, they say if you ban them from chatting that they won't get the community sub. But I'm almost like afraid to try it. But like same thing, like they're not doing anything about it. There's 7 bots that are in every single person's stream, mostly smaller streamers.
Moobot, Nightbot.
It's like I'm sure Charlie has them. Let's see right now. No, yeah, Commander Root, Decaf Smurf, Land Fusion. Those 4 at least. If you go to Commander Root,
That's crazy. I had not heard of those bots.
oh yeah, Commander Root is in every single person's stream pretty much. He takes data on streams. You can actually opt out. You can turn him off if you go to his stream and tag him. He'll leave your stream. But like not all of them do that.
Okay.
But it's like still like it's a thing. There's fuck yeah. That's
yeah,
crazy.
man. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's just like it's depressing to see the way it's become.
Yeah. What do you think could get you pumped back in it?
I'm hoping Battlefield 5 lights that spark again. Though.
I think it will. I'm pretty stoked for it. I mean,
When
granted
drop?
they have a battle royale version that's coming out.
So there's another beta. There's another beta coming. I think in September they just announced, and that's why I not only did I buy Battlefield 5, but I joined their Origin Access, so I can hopefully get a better chance of getting a beta code in September when they drop the open. I think it's going to be closed. I'm not sure.
No, but I mean, I'm terrible at FPS like competitive stuff like that, like Battlefield and also Call of Duty. But I had a good time with the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta, so I'm pretty stoked for that. So
now, I watched. Okay, I was talking to Upshell about this, but I feel like they didn't need a whole new game to introduce the new mechanics.
what do you mean?
Why didn't they just patch that shit in, like the new
Yeah,
TTK and like? But then Upshell, like I had a conversation with Upshell on Twitter, and he kind of made me laugh because I agree with him. Yeah, him and I, it was not really it was like a friendly argument.
Friendly banter.
Yeah.
About it.
Where is he? Anyways, he was saying. God, I'd have to like.
By the
find
way,
my
they're still
tweet here.
shooting tonight. By the way, they're an hour 14.
Ooh, did you take off today?
Yeah, I took off today. I had to.
God.
I wanted to take off Friday, but like I just couldn't. It just didn't work out, timing wise for a bunch of things. But like I took off today so we could do this, and also just so that way I could have some sort of downtime. I got home at 8 o'clock in the morning Saturday morning.
Blech. Yeah, I was going to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning.
You're going to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Charlie, when I say I drank from 9 a.m. Friday to Sunday 9 a.m., I wasn't joking.
I know.
It hurt to eat food today.
Oh my goodness.
But here we are, straight edge, nailed to the X.
Anyway, so I pretty much said in a tweet exactly what I'm telling you guys, and just in different words probably. And Upshot came back, and he's like, "But you wouldn't have played it if they just patched this in."
Probably.
I'm like, God damn it, you're right.
Yeah, probably.
So it's I guess it's the way they do business now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as clickbait. That game is like its own clickbait. It gets you there.
So I didn't pre-order Black Ops 4. I'm gonna wait to see what the Blackout Battle Royale mode is gonna be like, and then I'll make my decision then. That's one game I'm not gonna pre-order. I've never really been a Call of Duty guy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm interested. I'm interested in this Battle Royale mode.
I pre-ordered it in order to get into this, and then based on that, I'll determine whether I keep my pre-order or not. So, because you can always cancel, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Can you?
So, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But they're doing.
I thought that was like a physical copy thing only. I don't buy physical copies.
No, I mean you can just go through. I mean, I pre-ordered through PlayStation Network, and you can just go through and say like, "Hey, I canceled. I was misled with whatever."
Dude,
it
are you
is.
kidding? Every time I tried to refund a PlayStation game or pre-order, they always give me issues.
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
just
can-
hassle them, dude.
Well,
Just
you can
hassle 'em.
always buy the base game, and then say, "Hey, I want to pre-order the deluxe edition."
Oh, you're smart. See, I
Yeah.
didn't think of that.
Dude, when Battlefront 2 came out, and people were like freaking out. They're like, no refunds. And then like someone brought a lawsuit up and they, okay, everyone gets a refund.
Yeah. Krista says, I don't even care about the blackout. I'm just hoping zombies is good. I've never been a fan of zombies, but that's just
Me neither. Not a zombies guy.
I was like, that's what kind of what kept me going after Modern Warfare. The zombies was what did it for me. To be honest, there's like, to me, every Call of Duty was the same goddamn. Like the PvP experience.
You're not wrong.
You know, so like the zombies was just something fun I did with my friends. I didn't play Call of Duty for PvP. I played it for the story, which is hilarious that I'm saying that, and then the zombies. I played like other games for PvP that are more thrilling, like fucking Counter-Strike and Halo and stuff. Like that was my PvP experience, you know.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Battlefield 5's like super good. I really like Battlefield 1 a lot, so I'm stoked for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, thanks, Mike. There's a link that I dropped in the Dropbox in the Discord. So essentially, we can stop your recording now.
You want? Wait, no, not yet. I gotta add some ASMR into it.
I already did. So there's.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, fuck yeah.
No. Still streaming this, but no.
All right, let's stop the stream.
All right.
Thanks everyone for coming out for the live stream.
Peace.
This is a lot of fun. We're gonna be doing these.
Wait, oh my god, my Audacity wasn't recording?
Are you joking?
Yeah, I am.
Fuck you.
Just make sure that you save it and export before you close it, because it will delete things.
Mike, you're dead
as
to
it
me.
happened with other people whom I've worked with. I'm not saying anything damn. Anyway, we did a double recording tonight because Dom's going away to Italy for 2 weeks. So,
Fuck yeah.
and we're going to be releasing episode 3 on Monday, like a week from today, and then this one will be out in 2 weeks from there. So in 3 weeks from today, this one will be out. So we do these bi-weekly because I didn't want to burn ourselves out going forward.
What do you want, MP3?
No, wait, please.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like 18 million gigs.
No, it won't. It should be about 600 megs.
Okay.
So, Mike ASMR is I don't know what that says. I can't see that on my restream.
Do you still have the stream going?
I still do it, yes. Oh, Mike ASMR is the bomb. Is that what Krista says?
Krista just has a big virtual crush on me, that's why.
Oh, now she knows. Anyway.
Now she knows that I know.
Does she know that you know that I know?
Dom looks disgusted.
No, I'm searching for the file.
Yo, and you search for things, you look gross, man.
Yeah.
You look grossed out.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop it here. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next one, which will be in about a month with a live recording. So, but these guys will be out soon. So, cool. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Does it automatically save a wave